Do you all know what this episode truly means of Hunter x Hunter 2011? I'm curious. Do you all truly know what this episode means? Because I'm going to let you know. The ending of this episode concretes the goal and objective Gom as a character set out to accomplish at the beginning of this series. Think about that for a second. His entire goal was to meet his father. Meet Jing. Meet him. Find out where he was. What he's been doing. And Gon has finally seen his father. He saw his father in the stands, in the bleachers. You know what this means, really, at a standpoint? As we all know by now, there's no way you couldn't have known by now, Hunter x Hunter is going to be ending in 3 more episodes. And with this, seeing, Jing and Gon finally being able to meet, probably next episode, it's really heart-touching, because, honestly, I like how Madhouse is planning on probably ending Hunter x Hunter 2011 at. If you don't understand where I'm going with, is that the goal that was set out to be accomplished in this series of Hunter x Hunter 2011 is going to be met in Hunter x Hunter 2011. Pretty much, Gon's going to meet his father, get to talk with his father, and most likely the series is going to end on episode 148. Pretty much what that means is that we will actually have a conclusion to Hunter x Hunter 2011. That's exactly what this means. A fitting kind of cliffhanger ending that wraps up the current events and the goal that was set out to accomplish. So, it's kind of heart-touching if you think about it for real like that, okay? Because technically, that is what has happened at the end of this episode. Now, besides that, the feels were so strong in this episode. Purdyston. I said it last review, and I will say it again. That sparkly fucking bastard. He is smart. He is freaking crafty, smart, intelligent, and I give Togashi once again fucking amazing balls to be able to make such a great character. He is a really good character. Thumbs up for that. Thumbs up for freaking Purdyston being so crafty. Seriously. He knew he was defeated when Jing said he was going to run for chairman, and if he would have became part of the elections, Purdyston knew he would have lost. But the moment, long time ago, the moment Jing said that his son was going to be alright, he was going to be healed, and if, Purdyston is so worried he can go see him, Purdyston knew he would win. That right there is a crafty fucking bastard. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about right now, okay? I don't fully understand Purdyston's, mind, how it works. I don't understand his character the fullest yet. I'm still trying to wrap around how he truly works. I'm going to be honest here to all of you manga readers and anime only watchers. But from what I can get, is that Jing and Purdyston are great enemies. Great rivals. Because in this episode, Purdyston states that Jing is his enemy. It's his enemy. But since it's such a great enemy, he trusts Jing when he says that, his friends, he has so much trust in his friends that he'll Gon. And that right there just shows you how calculative, for instance, how smart Purdyston is. And it also shows this exact same example in Jing. Jing was able to understand what was going on in the elections and different stuff, like how Purdyston was thinking. And it will also make sense how Jing was able to understand what Purdyston was thinking when he wanted to not win the chairman election, and he didn't want to lose either. It makes a lot of sense now how Jing actually understood what he was thinking. That right there is very, very, very crazy. I just... Finding out that Purdyston and Jing are mortal enemies, which is kind of obvious if I think about it, but they're mortal enemies, and at the exact same time, they trust each other enough as enemies to understand what they're thinking, too. That's just fucking ridiculous. And then, the things about this is how Purdyston technically won. He won. He won. He won. This man that didn't want to win, he had no passion to win or lose, and he could, be detached from the overall election. He was able to manipulate everything and become the winner in the end. Wow, the way he was able to do something like that was really freaking crazy. Being able to manipulate all the Zodiacs into thinking like he was losing or different stuff like that, or being able to see the foresight of knowing when he's going to win. He had the entire picture wrote out for him when he was thinking he was going to win. For instance, he knew that, he was going to win in the end, like God had his graces, Gollum was going to be healed and going to walk in and all the votes for Leorio was going to be lost. He already knew that. He knew that from that one line Jean said. That is unreal. It is really unreal how Pariston was able to do something like that. Another thing that gets me too is now that, technically Gollum has been healed and, Gollum has appeared and all this feels and happiness, it covers up the darkness and the shadows that the ending really means. It does. Really well. It definitely covers up what the ending really means. The ending of this episode means that pretty much Leorio has lost all of his votes. That's exactly what it means. Because any backers to Leorio was probably there just to help out Gollum. That's exactly what it's for, technically. The goal that Leorio set out and he wanted to do when he said he was going to become chairman, he wanted to heal Gollum, make everybody save Gollum. But now that Gollum is healed, all of those backers are probably not going to back him no more. And since there's only 2 people that are currently in the runner-up of whoever's going to be the chairman, Pariston and Leorio, who is going to win? So, this dude that's a sparkly bastard and is evil but good at the exact same time and very smart, and he knows how to play everybody, is now probably going to be chairman. A very shocking twist, honestly. Very shocking twist. It's so unreal how Togashi was able to link these 2 different plots together. For instance, the entire bit with, Alluka and, Killua trying to save Gollum, and then the entire bit with politics and the Zodiacs and who's going to be the next chairman. I love how Togashi was able to mix these 2 different arcs together, like these 2 different plots going on in the background together, and link them and make sense. It makes so much sense, and it's crazy. And then another thing that I saw this episode that really scared me was Illumi. Oh my god, Illumi. That dude and his voice actor is terrifying. Terrifying. I had shivers on my arm and back from hearing his laugh, his speech, the animation. And then the evil Nin just coming off in the malice. And then you see in the background, like in the background, when you see Illumi just standing like this, you see the Nin coming off Alluka as Gollum is being healed. Now, with that entire scene, what really got me was that Nin I saw, I don't know necessarily, I can't sense Nin, okay? I want to be fucking honest here. I'm not part of Hunter x Hunter 2011, if you didn't know. But, I can't sense Nin. And so I don't really know the power standpoint that Alluka was exerting out of herself when she was healing Gollum, okay? The way how the big of the size it was, it makes me believe that was like on Merlin level. That's exactly what the size of that Nin that was coming out of Alluka reminded me of. It reminded me of Merlin when he was getting all fucking badass and you just see the malice come out of him. In the Nin. That's exactly what that reminded me of. And the size of it actually kind of looked bigger. So, if that really... Alluka has to, I guess, have that certain level of power to be able to heal Gollum, okay? Or certain people that are that bad in shape. For instance, Gollum had the ultimate sacrifice, okay? Like, pretty much. We still don't know technically what his sacrifice was, but from what we saw, he looked like a skeleton with skin on it. Oh my god. But I'm guessing Alluka had to level up her Nin to that specific power standpoint to be able to heal Gollum. Or maybe even stronger. And so it makes me think, was that really the power that you needed to heal Gollum and Merlin? Holy shit. That is scary. And then Gollum, the entire bit with his arm... That was so mom. That entire bit with Gollum's arm shriveled up like a freaking skeleton. I thought it would be censored. I want to be straight out honest. I was hearing people talk about in the comments. You fellow Chibi was talking about the comments like it's going to look bad. I didn't know what he looked like, but I heard it was going to look pretty bad. But the way the animation on his arm was, the way you saw bone, you saw fucking bone, and you saw the veins and skin shriveled up like a piece of jerky. I'm like, oh my god. It just, seeing how just his arm looked like that, his entire body had to look like that. I mean, imagine what Gollum really looked like underneath all those bandages. I mean, imagine what he looked like. That's a scary thought. And what was the sacrifice, truthfully? That is the big question. I mean, he had to do a nin restriction on him. Like, he gave up everything. He didn't care anymore. But, I mean, even though he shriveled up like a fucking skeleton and a piece of jerky, we still don't know technically what he did. What did he really sacrifice? Was it his I'm guessing, his stamina? His life? I mean, he technically didn't die. It had to be something greater than the price of death. So what was it? What did he give up? And is it still gone? That is the big thing we have to ask. Does he still have some form of restriction? Overall, an amazing episode of Hunter x Hunter. Fucking breathtaking. I love the politics in this series. It is just freaking great. Prieston is an amazing, amazing antagonist of this arc. I'm loving his character. I don't know if he's going to win or not. I mean, it's still up in the air because Oreo's still in this, but Prieston most likely has this in the bag. So, overall, shocking, shocking episode, a lot of questions, and I guess the ending of Hunter x Hunter 2011 is coming closer since our main in-game goal has finally been accomplished that was set out from the beginning of this series. So tell me your thoughts about this episode of Hunter x Hunter 2011. I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.